someone sees something unbelievable, they like to film it so they can prove to their friends it really happened, or no one will believe it. Would you believe it if I told you I saw an eagle crash into a paraglider? What if I told you I saw a magpie smoke a cigarette? If you want to see some unbelievable footage, keep watching as we count down 15 shocking animal moments caught on camera.
Oh shit.
Number 15. Parrots playing basketball. I'm not a big fan of basketball, so when a friend convinced me to purchase tickets for this game, I wasn't thrilled. He told me I would be blown away by the talent of these players, but I just didn't believe him. What could be better than the NBA? Well, people, I was blown away. Just look at the talent these guys have. One of them is even named Larry Bird. Check out how they go end to end, and those layups are out of this world. I got my money's worth, and I would go watch another game anytime. These parrots are playing a quick game of full court 2-on-2 on an official court, and they are sublime. One of the parrots even dunks the ball. These guys need an agent. This second game I attended was just as amazing as the first one. The arena was full and the people were going crazy as the birds were making three-pointers like it was going out of style. Number 14. Kudu attacks giraffe. This kudu has decided to attack a giraffe. It's unclear why it did this, but where are the zookeepers when you need them? When she finally tries to get up, the kudu attempts to plant its horns into the giraffe, but her legs do not appear to be strong enough to get up. She has the appearance of a drunken pub patron. When the kudu tries to ram the giraffe, the other giraffes approach. The giraffe eventually gets up and runs, but the kudu slams its horns, throwing the towering animal, knocking it over again. The giraffe can stand up one more time, and this time it flees from the kudu, who pursues her but soon abandons the chase. This kudu chases the giraffe and flanks her, knocking her to the ground. What is it with kudus having it against giraffes? Once the kudu is on the ground, the kudu rams into her again. The giraffe gets up but is knocked down again. The giraffe finally gets up and can return to its friends without the kudu interfering. Number 13. Minks. For a pet mink to be truly happy, they must be kept in an outdoor environment. In addition, taking them on adventures is a wonderful way to enrich and stimulate them. They're more ferocious than a ferret because they have more stamina. Let them loose in your house unattended and they can easily kill your other house pets such as kittens, birds, reptiles, and rodents if they manage to break through a window screen or get into your walls. Before purchasing a mink, it is critical to know that these animals are not affectionate or cuddly, and they bite hard. I doubt that you can get them to stop biting at all. It's just a natural reaction for them to have. Having a pet mink is a lot like having a pet piranha in that regard. When having fun with your fluffy, slippery piranha, he will bite you. A pet mink will only allow his caretakers to handle him, so he'll bite anyone else who tries to handle him. People worried the fish will eat this mink are wrong to be concerned. Predators like these spend most of their time in the water, where they feed on other aquatic creatures. Ducks, muskrats, and even large fish are no match for these predators, who can easily take down prey 3 times their own size. I don't know if these minks are all pets, but they seem to be a handful. They are cute as can be, but looks can be deceiving when it comes to minks. This pet mink is testing out a new toy and it seems to enjoy it. I'm not against buying toys for pets, but minks are wild and they should be playing outside. This pet mink hisses when his handler tries to touch his new toy, but he doesn't bite her. Number 12. Fox versus catfish. Foxes have an age-old reputation for cunning and intelligence, and if this video is any proof, those claims are well deserved. One Lithuanian cameraman managed to capture footage of a fox attempting to pull in a huge catfish by rope. It doesn't take long for the fox to realize that the fish is attached to the rope, and what results is a strange tug-of-war between the two animals. While the odds are stacked against it, the sly creature isn't keen on giving up. Will the fox succeed in pulling in its fishy buffet? Number 11. Paraglider versus eagle. The incident occurred in the Indian Himalayas. The eagle flew into the paraglider slings. Luckily, the pilot used the reserve parachute and all ended well. When the collision occurred, both the paraglider and the eagle fell to the ground. The eagle was stuck and couldn't take off. The bird of prey was stuck in the parachute. The pilot tried to free the eagle, and after a few attempts, he did. and the eagle flew off without a problem. Let's hope he was okay. Number 10. Alligators and crocodiles. Our thumbnail shows a guy sitting at the edge of a riverbank feeding some gigantic alligators. I'm not sure if this guy took his medication, but who in the right mind would sit out there like that with 3 monsters that can make mincemeat out of him in seconds? This man holds a piece of meat to attract this monstrous crocodile, so he can come out of the water. When the big reptile does come out, the man falls, but the crocodile doesn't attack him. He seems mesmerized by the food the man is dangling in front of him. The man finally feeds the crocodile and walks away. Some people are just asking for it. This albino alligator loves to be petted, and he just stops when this woman pets him. Maybe this guy is her pet, and he's greeting him in the morning. This man is feeding these crocodiles with his hands. How does this happen? People just wake up and decide to go to the crocodile park to feed the crocs? I mean, seriously, how many crocodiles in their water? And they are so close to this guy. He's also badly positioned, and one false move, and this guy falls into the water and it's all over. I guess the crocodiles know he's holding a bag full of raw meat and they're waiting for it. Perhaps this guy does this on a regular basis so they know what they're getting. Honestly, I just can't get over this. Number 9. Dogs. This dog didn't bring his skis to the mountain, so he takes a fall and tumbles down the mountain. Frankly, it looks more like a boomerang rolling in the snow. But when the guy filming approaches, you can see it's a medium-sized black dog. This dog doesn't need anyone to have fun. He grabs his toboggan and slides down the hill. Once he's done, he takes the toboggan back up the hill and repeats. How smart is this dog? Here's a dog that knows how to enjoy a day at the beach. He goes to the beach with a scooter, so he doesn't have time to walk, and he's very good at it. When you think you've seen it all, watch this little dog walk up straight. And when you look at it from behind, it looks like a little girl walking with her mom. It's cute and all, but is it healthy for the dog? I'm not sure, but it makes for some great videos. Number 8. Magpie steals cigarette. This driver's half pack of cigarettes was stolen by a magpie that flew into the vehicle. One by one, the thief ripped open the packet of cigarettes. People were amused by this anti-smoking activist encounter. When you stop and think about it, it's quite amusing. Even birds are aware that smoking is bad for your health. Cigarette smokers, then, are a unique breed. This magpie is a smoker, and even though she promised to quit a long time ago, she sneaked out and managed to get a cigarette from this man. The guy tries to light up her smoke, but it doesn't seem to work, so the bird just takes off. I don't know what's up with magpies and cigarettes, but another magpie lands on a desk and steals a pack of cigarettes. It comes back with one cigarette and, like a protesting non-smoker, destroys the cigarette right in front of the people she stole it from. Number 7. Rat attack chicken. Here's a rat walking into dangerous territory when it encounters a couple of chickens. The black chicken crashes into the cat, but the rat retaliates and then runs. Just when the rat is about to escape, the black chicken strikes again. But this time, it's a devastating blow and knocks the rat out. It is unable to get back up under the watchful eyes of the two chickens, and eventually takes its last breath and dies. This rat is skilled in martial arts and struts his stuff against these chickens. This feisty little guy is nothing like the rat in the previous video. He's the real thing. Just watch those somersaults and kicks to the chicken's midsection. This is one mighty skilled and resilient rat. Of course, the chickens are much bigger, and they're protected by all those feathers, but the rat is still alive, and the chickens are leaving him alone after this show of strength. These rats want a piece of this chicken food, and they keep running and jumping up to the feeder. The chickens don't seem to care as long as they're eating something. However, after the rats insist a little too much, the chickens chase the rats out of there once and for all. Number 6. Crabs. This cat meets a huge crab and begins to play with the crab's pincer, and that's not something it should be doing. The cat soon finds out how painful it is when the crab grabs onto its leg. The feline freaks and jumps all over the place to get rid of the crab, and eventually manages to do so, but not after performing a few purees and flips. I'm sure this cat will think twice before touching another crab if it ever encounters one again. This crab opens its pincers and warns this black cat to stay away. Of course, the cat is curious, but when it gets too close, the crab tries to strike it, but the cat moves away. I'm not sure what the goal of this exercise is, but I find it ridiculous. This is probably someone who is going to eat crab, and before cooking the crab, he wants to see how his cat would react, seeing one. Well, the crab remained in defense mode, and the cat understood the message and kept its distance. This time, a few crabs rest in a bowl, and the cat thinks it's his food. He manages to pull one crab out of the bowl, but someone intervenes and takes the bowl away. And at the same time, the cat lets go of the crab. This young man wants to show what it's like to be bitten by a crab. He puts his finger in front of the crab, and the crab grabs it with his pincer. The guy is in pain, but it's not that bad. Number 5. Cats. If you thought baboons were bad when they got into cars, check out these cats pouncing all over the place. They are wreaking havoc inside the car, and even though the car window is open, they don't jump out and keep going crazy. Either they're happy because they're going on a trip, or they just like making a lot of trouble. This cat wanted to find out what it was like to get behind the steel frame of this window, and although he seems to be having fun climbing, I think he wants to get out of there but doesn't know how. I don't know what triggered this, but this cat jumps on the counter and bounces off immediately after he lands. I guess something scared him, or he touched something he was unsure of. Nonetheless, he flew out of there in no time. Usually, cats eat birds, but not this cat. This cat loves his birds and likes to cuddle with them so much, he even eats his food with them. I'm not sure who came first, the cat or the birds, but they sure do get along. Number 4. Raccoon meet alligator. These two raccoons are looking for food, but they sense something is not right as they explore the stream. Suddenly, a small alligator pops out of the water and tries to grab one of the raccoons, but both raccoons are quick enough to avoid the worst and escape. This raccoon is taking a stroll near the water, and when he spots a small alligator standing on a log, instead of turning around and running away, he jumps on the log and approaches the reptile. But the second both animals are close to one another, they both jump in the air and run in different directions. I get the feeling the raccoon had not seen the alligator before he jumped on the log, and when he did, he got the scare of his life and took off. But the alligator got scared as well, so I guess the raccoon was never in any danger. A man went on a Cajun Pride Swamp tour in New Orleans and got really close to some alligators, but not as close as these foolish raccoons. The raccoons are just a few feet from the alligator, and they grab the food that's being thrown between them and the reptile. The alligator is getting dangerously close to the raccoons, so they must be careful, but nothing happens. I'm thinking the people throwing that food right between the raccoons and the alligator wanted to force one of the raccoons to get close enough to the alligator, so the reptile could gobble up the raccoon in front of them. People are so cruel, it is mind-boggling. Number 3. Deer encounter. What do you do if you go shopping at a store and you see a deer enter the store without washing her paws or wearing a mask? Seriously, doesn't this deer know the rules during these hard times? Well, I guess the deer didn't care and started running around this Best Buy store, looking for the best deal on a new 4K television set. No one was injured during the events, and the deer was taken out of there safely by wildlife workers. I'm not sure if this deer is a stunt double for another deer in a movie, but the way it crashes through this window is insane. It goes right through the window, gets up and runs with no evident injuries. This deer enters a garage while the rest of the family wait outside, but when someone comes out to give them food, the deer are ecstatic and gather around to eat. This black dog brings a soccer ball to play with this deer, but it looks like the deer is looking to pick a fight. The dog runs around with the soccer ball in its mouth, taunting the deer. These two are like best of friends. This couple felt lucky when this deer popped out of nowhere to stand right next to them while they were busy taking their wedding pictures. The deer took things to the next level when it began chewing on the bride's bouquet. The couple found it amusing, and I'm sure it made for some incredible and memorable wedding photos. Number 2. Roosters. Have you ever seen a rooster this beautiful? I mean, this guy has pizzazz, elegance, and he looks like he just got out of the shower and was blow dried by a professional hairdresser. What a stylish looking rooster. All the ladies will go nuts for this Prince Charming. This girl panics a little when she sees this rooster chasing her, but when the rooster means business and gets close to her, she takes off and runs around the property with the rooster chasing her. She ends up coming back to the staircase leading to the house safely and enters the house right away. His children were taught how to play with the roosters rather than challenge them. Afterward, the kids no longer felt the need to carry sticks to protect themselves, as they were in control of the situation. At around the age of 5 or 6 months, many roosters become more aggressive. It's because they've reached sexual maturity and have new hormones coursing through their bodies. In addition to being hurtful, if you can see the kids kicking or stomping on the rooster, He will think he is being attacked and must fight them, so the kids may always have issues with his aggression. Roosters will not always be aggressive towards people who carry them around comfortably but securely, as long as they don't feel threatened. The kids were instructed to carry the chicken around for 10 minutes. It's likely he'll stop bothering them or his family after this little training session. Number 1. Camel. This guy climbs on his camel, but when the poor camel tries to get up, his legs give and he crashes to the ground along with the man. Many people like to go horseback riding. Well, in this video, these people go camel riding, but one of the camels doesn't seem to appreciate one of the riders and decides to bite her, sending her falling to the ground. This camel loses it on these two people and decides to chase them. You can see some other camels go nuts on their handlers in this video. Check out how powerful this camel is when he decides he no longer wants to follow this truck. The truck driver presses on the gas to force the camel to walk, but the camel is strong enough to keep the truck from moving, even though the driver is pressing on the accelerator. This guy might be a little too heavy for this camel, and the camel can't get up after he climbs on his back for a ride. This man embarks on this camel's back, but when the woman tries getting on as well, the camel gets up, sending both falling to the ground. I guess climbing a camel is not easy after all. I know I wouldn't believe many of these if I hadn't seen them with my own eyes. The rooster knocking out that little rat was the video that surprised me the most. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's our countdown of 15 shocking animal moments caught on camera. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.